Welcome, day traders. It is Friday, June 28th, 2024, 5 p.m. Well, 5:02 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to Digital Goatz Academy, guys. If you're tuning into this video, do me a solid favor and make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell to stay up to date on all our content. And welcome back, guys. So what I wanted to do real quick is nothing too long, is just pretty much go over some of the stocks. I know our last session we went over the New York Stock Exchange, but on Threads through Instagram, guys, I actually shared with the community some stocks that I were looking to invest in based off their price. And I believe they were Apple, Dollar Tree, Tesla, and I think Dream Finders Home, but we talked about that in the last session, so I'm not really looking towards that. But the reason why I'm even talking about these is because they're specific to the Nasdaq. That's why. So let's just actually go into the Nasdaq right now, guys, because I was trading it this week. So if you look, the Nas or Nasdaq, whatever you want to say, guys, it has been on an uptrend, right? With very little pretty much corrections in order to continue the market going up. Now, it is very bullish, but today's Friday, so the market is closed. Anything that you're seeing, anything that you're seeing right now, it might not be the same come Monday, obviously, because the market will be back open and start moving in a direction that it's intended to go. Now, from this point, guys, right? This is where you start identifying candlestick patterns or candlestick patterns, right? This right here, this is an evening star. And if I break it down to a smaller time frame, I can find the same thing. Definitely that what caught my attention overall is that I even saw that evening star. Let's actually go to the 4 hour because I believe that's where I saw it, right? It's not showing it on Tradingview, but on my broker, it did position us with the evening star. It didn't look necessarily like this, which I would still categorize this as an evening star, right? Pushed down, and I mean, selling opportunity came back, and the market actually did come to collect the liquidity that was left over, guys. So you see that? So what I'm going into Nas for, because now you're pretty much probably like, well, why are we even talking about Nas? A lot of these stocks are based off the Nasdaq that I'm looking at based off the price zone. So if we have a potential opportunity that the Nasdaq is coming down or selling back to a lower position, that would pretty much create a better buy price. I could see the same thing happening to these stocks that I was mentioning. So today, the market did reject, or the market did pretty much fake out to the upside. Now, we have to clarify that this isn't just like a fake out to the downside and then it'll collect this come Sunday, Monday, whenever it decides to do this. But I'm more so leaning towards, based off of the candlestick patterns that we're looking at, I'm leaning towards that we are pretty much heading to a selling opportunity, just for correction, not actually trying to sell, as a big position. But if you just look at the daily time frame, there's a lot of areas that the market hasn't come back to collect liquidity or hasn't created some type of structure in order to validate that. So I expect the market to come down to correct that, which will in turn start bringing down some of these stocks. Now, again, I think I went over Apple last week. Did I? No, I don't think I went over Apple. But within Apple, the 2 days ago for our Wednesday session, within Apple, there was a gap made. And I know I talked about gaps. So I am expecting that Apple will drop and try to fill this gap based off of what? The Nasdaq, guys. You can go on to Tradingview if you're unfamiliar. You can go on to Tradingview, look at the top left-hand side underneath your symbol. It actually give you what it is and what pretty much index is powering it, which is the Nasdaq. You can find others that might have the S&P. You can find others that'll have the Dow Jones, and the same thing we were looking at for the New York Stock Exchange, right? So I'm looking for Apple to come down to fill out this gap, which would be around like 175, 180 mark, maybe at the low of 172. Could go even lower, could come all the way back down to 168. I do have an area where I'm looking at 168 to like 176 is really my threshold for Apple. So let's go to Dollar Tree, right? Oh, excuse me. Same thing with Dollar Tree, right? if you look at Dollar Tree is already heading down, starting its potential. Well, I wouldn't say potential reversal, but let me look at it from a higher time frame. Looks to be in some form of consolidation right now, but if we back out, it was either the weekly or the monthly time frame. It might have been the monthly that we were looking at. Well, yeah, it was the monthly, but we'll rock with the weekly. So you see this, the market has actually pushed back up to collect liquidity again and then push the market back down, guys. So I'm expecting that after it's done filling out this consolidation in this specific area, because again, we're in Friday. So of course, as the market heads to the end of the week, if there's nothing going on, especially with stocks, it'll start consolidating. So I do expect some form of consolidation, maybe a push up to fill this candle, maybe like 100%. If it doesn't respect that, it filled it like at 50% right here. Let's see if that's even 50%. Yep. So we just have to wait for for the market to pretty much leave this candle. You know what I'm saying? Until it breaks out of this candle to the downside, we have to look at it consolidation with the potential to have a correction that may go higher. But that doesn't really matter, because again, what we're looking at is for a price to come down to a lower price value, which is like $80, what I'm looking at personally, and that'll be pretty much where I'm looking at to buy Dollar Tree. Based off of what? Again, if you look to the upper left-hand corner, you have the Dollar Tree right here. You have what index is powering the Dollar Tree, the Nasdaq. That's its influence, guys. So again, pay attention to that. It's not going to be exact. So if you're looking at Nasdaq as far as like foreign exchange, and then you go to the stock market, it's not going to be exact. But understand, as the Nasdaq starts moving up or down, once that information is implemented into the stock market, you'll start seeing it happen, right? So many of you probably see things like on your Tradingview where it says like post, and it might be highlighted in, I don't know what color you guys might have, orange or blue. Mine is highlighted in blue right now. I think normally during the week it's highlighted in yellow. So we would expect that as the market opens up, it should bring this market down to fill this post right here, right? So 106, you see it says post, and then 106.60. So it should fill that, which in turn will still be bringing down the market to zones that I'm looking for better buy opportunities, guys. Are you following along with me, right? So let's go to Tesla. Same thing with Tesla. I haven't looked at Tesla yet. Well, to be honest, the way Tesla's looking right now, Tesla's looking like this was the buy price. I'm just not all the way convinced because of this candle. This candle needs to be filled with another candle. I don't really look at this as like a fill or this is market structure. So let's break this down. Let's look at this as a line chart and make sure we're seeing the right things. So if you just base it off the candlestick, you can get confused, right? It can manipulate you, and somebody could even say, oh man, this is what I see. I see a inverted head and shoulder. Most of my, Forex traders identify patterns like this. You identify universally. So it doesn't matter what market you're in, guys, you can identify this pattern. As soon as I find it, most people would say what? Get a little bit too gun-ho and be like, oh man, this is an inverted head and shoulder, right? I wouldn't necessarily say that. And to be honest, I am terrible at spotting these things. I'm normally wrong when I try to identify a head and shoulder, which gives me the confidence to say that me seeing it like this doesn't look like an inverted head and shoulder, right? This looks like the market just basically consolidating, just like I said, consolidating on a higher time frame. Respect this resistance up here, or ceiling. And you look for resistance to do what? You look for resistance to reject, not continue going up, but to reject. They could pop up a little bit more, but the overall move should be that the market should be rejecting, right? Which does what? Which voids this inverted head and shoulder. So I just wanted to identify that, because I know just looking at it on a candlestick chart, the market's frozen. So if you just look at what it's showing you right now, you would almost be inclined to be like, this is absolutely bullish, right? Based off of this candle, but I don't like this. I think this is a Pearson pattern, which I think a Pearson pattern is a selling opportunity. I have to go back and look at my candlestick chart as far as like what pattern that is. I used to know all these candlestick patterns. Of course, I know chart patterns, but candlestick patterns tend to be there's a lot of them. So, you know, unless you literally train your eye to see all of them, like you're not really going to remember every one. But I do remember seeing this. This is either dark cloud cover. I think this is how it technically goes. So how it's supposed to be is that this should be higher than the bearish, or this bearish candle should be higher than the bullish candle, right? So you see it's actually doing that, which in turn is saying that, man, sellers are in the market a little bit more aggressive than buyers. Supposed to be. If I find the website that I used like 2 years ago, I think they got rid of it, if I'm not mistaken. But if I find that website or something like it, guys, I will make sure I share it in the description, and I'll relaunch this video so everybody can see that you have access to pretty much a candlestick chart reading website, guys. Very simplified, so I hope I do find it, because I really valued that, and I really relied on that as I was, you know, birthing myself as a trader also. But if we're at resistance, so you see it's showing some sign of rejection, but we want to see like a red candle on the opposite side. Could push up. I can expect that to fake out because we do have consolidation right here. Or you can look at it as a doji, which a doji is just consolidation on a higher time frame, right? So I could see the market trying to reach up here and then push down. Either way, I don't believe that this is a bullish pattern. I believe that this is a bearish pattern. The market should respect this. Bring Tesla now back down to pretty much the area that I bought from. So I initially bought Tesla at 109, and I was even, you know, I was even pushing this out on Facebook, guys, that, yeah, Tesla's a good investment to buy in. So don't let people fool you. Tesla's going to be around. When you look at Elon Musk and what he's doing outside of Tesla, like he's going to bring revenue to Tesla. Tesla's going to still, because you got to look at it like Ford, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, personally, my preference, I don't like Ford. I think they're terrible vehicles. But again, as far as like on the scene, they're the first of their kind. So even if there was an electric vehicle company out before Tesla, Tesla's the more popular kid, right? So in turn, they look like the first of their kind. They're not going anywhere, guys. So I don't care what you may believe, Tesla's not going anywhere. It's only going to gain in value. It may not, you know, skyrocket in value, but it's still going to gain in value, right? It's damn near the first of its kind. And there's no way, you know what I'm saying, there's any other competitor against Tesla right now that can make Tesla go away. I know people are talking about Rivian, but it's like, come on, guys, be for real. Teslas, you see way more Teslas than you do these other vehicles. So just on a production standpoint, that could just tell you a lot right there, right? So I'm looking for this market to, once, you know, this information gets filled into the market, to bring Tesla down for a better buy opportunity, which I believe will be anywhere from 109 to 100, right? And again, my other one was Dream Finders Homes, but we went over that on Wednesday, so I don't want to go too much into it. And again, I said I wanted to keep this pretty short, guys. So these are the prices that I'm looking at for Tesla, me personally. I mean, for some of these stocks personally, and I was naming them as we were going in the video, but just to kind of reiterate, I'm looking at anywhere from $100 to 109. But don't have your mind latched on that. You see it get close enough, you start investing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I operate, guys. I see it get close enough to my position, I start investing instead of waiting it, because what if I'm off and it never comes down to 109 and I'm over here waiting for 109? You see what I'm saying? Apple, right? I expect Apple to make a push down. So once Apple does that, if it gets close enough to my area, I'll start investing. I told you Apple, I'm looking at anywhere from 176 to 168. Was that with Apple? I don't think that was what. Yeah, no, that was correct. Anywhere from 176 to 168. Reason being is because even though I'm identifying this gap, the gap could go a little bit lower to fill out this entire consolidation zone. Hell, we could even have price come down here and create support just to feel comfortable and push the market up. I could see that, because if you see, the market has been respecting this specific zone for support. So I could definitely see that. So that's why I say 176 to 168, because price could dive a little bit lower. Of course, you want that perfect entry, but you also don't want to be missing the opportunity to get in. Dollar Tree, same thing over here. What I'm looking at is for $80. I actually recommend you guys to maybe potentially start looking at some of these franchises that are becoming low in value, to see if you can buy into them as a franchise, guys, right? That'll start you as a business owner. Again, if you have the equity for it, this is, I would just say, I'm just giving friendly advice. You know what I'm saying? If it were me and I had the equity to be able to invest, because that is something that I am looking into. I'm looking into investing into Dollar Tree as franchises. So I would say for other businesses that you guys either invest in, that you're looking at, look to see if you can own that as a franchise. You know what I'm saying? That way you're doubling up. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these businesses are recession proof, right? So once this gets to $80, that's when I'm looking to invest in it. Again, as it gets close, I'll probably start investing in it until it gets to $80, which it could dive a little bit deeper. You can't, even when you're expecting these price zones, you can't get ahead of yourself, where it's like you have to have the open mind that price can go lower or higher than I expected. Well, in this case, we're talking about investing, so price can go lower than what you expected or anticipated. But if you have zones where it's like, I can see it going down here, you're not too shocked. That way, when you are investing, say you were investing in Dollar Tree and you're investing at $80, but it comes all the way down to $60. Well, again, mentioning, some of these applications that allow you to buy a fraction of the share price, you can invest a portion, and then as it gets lower, then you can start buying heavier. You see what I'm saying? So guys, that's it for our video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. That way you stay up to date on my content. We're just now getting back started, so bear with me as we start pushing out more of these videos, guys. So I'm going to be pushing out more of these videos. I don't have necessarily a timetable, so don't think that you're only going to hear from me 2 times a week. You're probably going to hear from me at least 4 to maybe 5 times a week. I mean, maybe not 5. I think that's a little bit oversaturated. But anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week as far as like on YouTube. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I thank all you that are already supporting me. That definitely helps me, guys. But anything that you guys are interested in that's related to what we're already doing, right? You know what I'm saying? I'll obviously say if it's not related to what we're already doing, put that in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Put that in the comment section. Tell me, hey, man, this is a terrible video. I would hope that I get positive feedback, but there is things that I can improve on. I want people to let me know that, because again, this information is for you guys. I know this information already. So if I could deliver it a better way where people can understand it and regurgitate it, then yeah, that makes me happy. And obviously that should make you happy, guys, when you start seeing the results in your portfolio or in your trading accounts. But again, this has been a Digital Goatz Academy video, guys. I will see you on the next run.